We're at 28 North Main, Mechanicsburg, Ohio. And if you've been by there, you might think, when can I go to the museum? Not a museum at all. Joining me is Stan Oliver, local historian. Stan, museum's probably just one of the reactions people drive by and see the house and wonder what's inside. Tell us a little bit about what the house is all about and when it got its early start.
This home was built in 1893, and as most homes here in Mechanicsburg, it's one of 22 listed on the National Registry of Historic Places. It was first built by a local doctor, Dr. Nancy Heiser, who made it a replica of a German home. And the current family, the Blaine family, Sue Blaine and her parents, had purchased the home now and actually brought it back to probably what the doctor and his wife had it as. And many people stop here because they do think it's a museum, and actually there has been many events here that the Blaines have opened the house up to the public for events.
I got to believe at its time it was built, this was considered to be a very grand house. Any idea when we look back to the original owner and what the intent was of building such a grand house at the time?
I believe his German ancestry was part of it, and I believe he also wanted to impress his wife, who was from Cincinnati, and a big city lady who came up here and saw this town as more country, and he wanted to impress her, and she then used the home for many events, many socials. She was part of a founding women's tourist group here that had many social events, but I believe that was his first thing, was to impress his wife with this big house that definitely looks different than any other home around here.
Definitely a different home than any other around here, and we'll show you some of the features of the home and meet the Blaines, who take great pride in preserving the house and finding lots of unique things in it from all over Ohio. Well, now I catch up with Sue and Lou Blaine, and I guess the idea, Sue, came from you to buy this place. What did it look like as you were getting started with the idea of buying a new, in this case, home slash museum slash masterpiece of many years of works?
It was a lot of work, a lot of work.
Is that what you saw when you saw it the first day, though?
No, I seen what it was going to look like. I seen what it looks like today.
Lou, as you counsel daughter and say, what are you thinking? What was your thoughts? Because we know that Sue saw the vision, you saw the reality as it was in the beginning.
That's very true. I couldn't believe when we got out to look at it that we were both looking at the same house. She saw it one way and I saw it totally different. So
we need to point out it is your house. You do live here.
Yes.
But
yeah.
you do allow people to come in and enjoy where you live.
Yes. People stop by all the time and from other places, and I'm like, sure, come on in. So.
Come on in and enjoy. Now, we also need to point out some of the ceilings you painted yourself. You actually did some work in art years ago.
Yes.
You like art?
I love art. I love it.
What took you from art to antiques? Because that's where you really spent a big portion of your life in dealing with exactly this era of antiques.
Well, my mom always took me to antique shows and flea markets and auctions when I was young, so I guess I just kind of just grew into it.
Lou, would you ever known that you were preparing Sue for training, for actually equipping a house to meet all the era needs when you were shopping at flea markets and today online?
never. I used to collect big pieces of cut glass and things like that for her, thinking I'd put them away and have something for her, but I never knew that it would end up being something like this.
Sue, as you described the house, tell us about some of the most unique features of the house and some of the rooms and the pieces. What comes to mind that people need to see while they're here?
Well, the ladies, when you walk through the doors, they came from Lebanon. I bought those specially for the house. There's some pieces here from mansions from Ohio, so that makes it pretty unique.
Yeah, even if it came off of eBay, at some points the collection really came from Ohio. The piano, just off to our side here, came off of eBay but originated from Ohio. So it's kind of fun that you've been able to really rebuild because it was empty when you started.
Yes, yeah.
Upstairs is a ballroom, and you've actually had roll up the carpet some balls.
Yes, we've had 2 ballroom dances. It's been fun and interesting, and we always open it up to everybody to come in and see.
As you look around some of the other rooms, some of the different pieces, again, you got to know what you're looking for and spend the time looking. But you've actually been acquiring pieces, even some from the family have said, this will serve the house well, serve society well by capturing this and putting it in the right place in the right time.
Yeah, my aunt gave me the piece that's in the dining room, and my uncle gave me the fireplace that's in the kitchen. So
What's the next step, or is there a next step? Because, someone like me walks in and goes, wow, and really enjoys it. And in your vision, there's still things to do.
oh, there's a lot to do, a lot to do, but we'll get it done eventually. It's just a lot of work.
If someone would like to stop by, they're planning a vacation, a trip, can they just stop by, or do they need to call in advance and make sure you're going to be home and take a walk through history?
Sure, they can call and come through. Yeah, we have a lot of people stop, and we let them come through.
Now, what number should they call?
834-2717.
And the area code?
937.
Is it better weekends or weekdays, or really doesn't make a difference?
Doesn't make a difference.
I've been visiting with Sue and Lou Blaine, who take pride in this house in Mechanicsburg, Ohio, a grand old home from many years ago, captured for all of us to enjoy. Until next time, I'm Dale Minyo, and I'll see you down the road. Down the Road is brought to you in part by Prince Agra, makers of Omnigen AF, advancing animal nutrition for healthy animals, and Woodruff Enterprise of Springfield, Ohio.